Good morning class 10. Welcome to the fifth session of e-learning classes, and in this class we are going to learn about the black soil. Okay. Now let us understand this. Black soil is also regarded as rigor soil. The black soil is ideal for growing cotton, and therefore it is also called the black cotton soil. It is also regarded as the black cotton soil because the cotton grows very well in the black soil. Now, black soil is formed by the weathering of basaltic rock. Now, what are the basaltic rock? Basaltic rock are formed when the lava from within the earth comes out and cools down on the surface of the earth. Okay. Now, our Deccan Trap region is formed with the basaltic rock. These kind of rock, that is basaltic rock, were formed after the cooling of lava which has erupted on the surface of the earth from the inner core of the earth. Okay, the weathering process takes place on this rock, and it takes hundreds of years to form a few centimeters of swell on the surface of the earth. Now let us understand where it is found in India. Okay, now these type of soil are found in Deccan Trap region of India. As I said, it spreads over northwest Deccan Plateau and it is made up of lava flow. Now, as I already told you that this kind of soil, that is the black soil, is found in the Deccan Trap region of India, and it is mostly found because of the lava flow. Okay, in the history, the lava came out, it erupted from the inner core of the earth to the outer surface and flow along the slope, okay, that is northwest direction, okay, and it spread along the Deccan Trap region, and after it got cooled, the weathering process took place and there was a formation of black soil. Okay, now let us understand the states where the black soil are found. So the black soil are found in the states of Maharashtra, Saurashtra, Malwa, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. And it also extends in the southeastern direction along the Godavari and the Krishna valleys. Okay. Now let us understand some of the important features of the black soil. Okay. The black soil are made up of extremely fine particles, that is clay material. Okay. They are well known for their capacity to hold moisture. This is one of the important features of the black soil, that they can hold the moisture in the soil. Okay, they have got a good capacity to hold the moisture in the soil. Now the next one is, they are rich in nutrients such as calcium carbonate, magnesium, potash and lime. These soil are generally poor in phosphoric content. Besides the merit, there is some demerits also, that is it lacks in phosphoric content. Okay, they develops deep crack during hot weather, which helps in proper irrigation of the soil. Then you can understand that during the summer season, when the weather is very hot, the soil loses the moisture and the cracks develop in the soil. Okay, that the cracks are very deep, so deep that the air can passes through the cracks and then help in the aeration in the soil. Okay, this is one of the important feature. Now let us understand the next. These soil are sticky when wet and difficult to work on unless tilted immediately after the first shower or during the pre-monsoon period. Okay, so during the monsoon season, as soon as the monsoon season starts, during the first shower only, after the first shower only, the soil has to be tilted. Okay, otherwise the soil will become sticky, so sticky that it will be very difficult to walk on the soil. Okay, as we know that it is a sticky soil, when it gets contact with the water, if it is wet for a long period of time, it becomes very sticky and it will be very difficult to work on the soil to plant the crops. Okay, now let us understand another soil type, that is red and yellow soil. Red soil develops on crystalline igneous rock in an area of low rainfall in the eastern and southern part of the Deccan Plateau. When we talk about India, it develops along the eastern and southern part of Deccan Plateau. Okay. Now where it is found, in what atmosphere and in what condition it is found? Especially it develops along the region where there is igneous and metamorphic rock. Okay, these two kinds of rock, that is crystalline igneous rock and metamorphic rock, are responsible for the formation of the red and yellow soil. When the weathering of these two rock types, that is the igneous, the crystalline igneous rock and metamorphic rock, when these type of rock get weathered, it forms a red or yellow swell. Okay. Now let us understand where it is found. Yellow and red swell are also found in the parts of Odisha, Chhattisgarh, southern part of Middle Ganga plain, and along the Piedmont zone of Western Ghat. Now another feature is this swell develops a reddish color due to diffusion of iron in the crystalline and metamorphic rocks. It looks yellow when it occurs in a hydrated form. Hydrated form means when ferric iron oxidizes, that time it gives the color to the swell, and that color is yellow. That means when the ferric iron oxidizes, it gives yellow color to the soil. Okay. Now let us understand another soil type that is found in India, and that is the laterite soil. Okay. Laterite soil has been derived from the Latin word that is later, which means bricks. Okay. It develops in an area with high temperature and heavy rainfall. That means it develops especially in an area where the temperature is very high and the rainfall is heavy. Okay, in those regions this kind of soil develops. Okay, now this results in intensive leaching due to heavy rainfall. That means if the temperature is very high and the rainfall is heavy, the soil will get leached. That means the nutrients from the soil will get removed. Okay, because of the heavy rainfall and high temperature. And another factor is humus content in the soil is low because most of the microorganisms, particularly the bacteria, get destroyed because of the high temperature. Okay, due to high temperature, the bacteria content which is responsible for the formation of humus get destroyed. If the bacteria is destroyed, there will be no formation of humus, and that creates a situation that the soil becomes infertile. Okay, so the question is the soil suitable for growing crops? The question arises, is the soil suitable for growing crops? Can we grow any crops in this kind of soil? That means the soil which is leached, that means due to high temperature and heavy rainfall, the soil is under leaching process. Another one is the humus content is very low because of the high temperature, the bacteria get killed. So this kind of soil, okay, we are having this kind of soil, that is the laterite soil. Is it suitable for growing crops? Then the answer is the soil is not so fertile to grow the crops. So what can be done in this kind of soil? What process can be used so that the soil will yield the crop, or it will be suitable for growing any kind of crop? Okay, so the answer is we have to add a fertilizer or manure in this kind of soil, and we have to conserve the soil in such a manner that it will not get eroded. If we follow certain measures, then this soil will be also fertile enough to grow certain kind of crops. Okay, now let us understand which are the states where this kind of soil are found. These soil are mainly found in Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, and the hills of Odisha and Assam. These are the states where this kind of soil are found. And there are certain states which have adopted or which has applied the method of conservation of this kind of soil, and they also have added certain kind of manure and fertilizers to do cropping. Now these states are Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. In the state of Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu, they have used this process, and they are growing the special kind of crop, that is tea and coffee. Now another thing about this soil is that this soil is also used in some of the states for growing other things, that is red soil is used in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Kerala are more suitable for crops like cashew nut. That means the soil in these states, that is Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Kerala, is used for growing cashew nut. Okay. Now let us understand about another soil type, that is arid soil. Okay, here are some characteristics of this soil. Let us understand this. The color of the soil varies from red to brown. That means you will find in the arid region the variation of the soil is from red to brown and the texture is sandy. Okay, and the nature of the soil is that it is saline in nature. Some of the places of the arid region are so saline, that means the salt content of the soil is so high, it is very high, that the common salt is extracted or it is taken out of the place by evaporating the water. Okay, that means the common salt can also be obtained by evaporation of the water. Okay, the water will be evaporated and the remaining leftover will be the common salt, which is used by human for cooking. Okay, the arid region experiences a very dry type of climate, and the temperature in this region is also very high, and because of this high temperature the rate of evaporation is also very fast. Because of all these reasons, the soil lacks in two things, that is the humus and another one is moisture. Okay, due to high temperature the bacteria in the soil will get killed, which is responsible for the formation of humus. That means if there is high temperature, there is no bacteria means no humus. The soil does not contain any humus. And the next one is your the rate of evaporation will also be very fast. That means the water containing in the soil, that is the moisture in the soil, will also get evaporated, and therefore the soil will have no moisture left over. Okay, so it lacks, the soil in the arid region lacks in humus and moisture. Okay, now as we have already discussed that the soil in the arid region does not contain humus or either moisture. Okay, so how is it possible to grow the crop in this region? So for that, let us understand with the help of this picture. Okay, now this is the soil horizon. Now the upper layer is always, you know that in the arid region it is sandy. The texture here is sandy, and the lower, as we move with the lower horizon, you will find that there is a conker. Deposition of conker is there. Okay, formation of the conker is because of the calcium containing in the soil. Okay, and this calcium content is increasing downward in the soil horizon. Okay, and because at the bottom of this horizon, you'll find that the deposition or the formation of conker is in a high content, and because of which it prevents or it restricts the infiltration of water, and because of which if we do the proper irrigation in the soil and maintain the soil fertility, then the crops can be grown in the soil. After proper irrigation, this kind of soil has become cultivable in the western part of Rajasthan. You can see that they have made the soil cultivable with the help of proper technique, proper irrigation and maintaining the fertility of the soil. Okay. Now let us understand another soil type, that is the forest soil. These kind of soil are especially found in the hilly region or in the mountainous region where the area is covered with the rain forest. Okay, and the soil texture in this area varies according to the mountain environment where they are formed. That means the soil texture varies according to the mountain environment. Now you understand this in detail. Okay, now as I said that the soil texture vary according to the mountain environment, and which is explained in this part. Okay, now let us see this. The valley side. The first one is soil found in the valley side. Now what kind of soil is found in the valley side? It is loamy and silty. The soil type which is found in the valley side is loamy and silty. Okay. The another one is the soil found in the upper slopes. Okay. The upper slopes of the valley region or the mountain region, you'll find that the soil is coarse grained. Okay. That means the soil is coarse grained, and in the snow-covered area of Himalayas, the soil type is acidic with low humus content. In the Himalayan region, where the soil is always covered with snow, the type of soil found there is acidic in nature. Okay, acidic, and it has contained low humus. Okay, why? Because of the denutritional process. Okay, the next one is lower part of valley, that is especially in the river terrace or alluvial fan. You'll find that the soil is very fertile. As we have already discussed that the riverside region is always fertile, so the region here is, or the soil type which is found in the lower part of the valley is very fertile. Okay. Now let us understand about the soil erosion and soil conservation. As we have already understood that there are various types of soil found in our country or in the world, okay, and each soil has got its own characteristics and they are special for their own uses, okay. Each soil can yield different kinds of crops and therefore they are important in their own manner. Now let us discuss about the soil erosion and conservation, okay. The first one is your soil erosion. It involves actually a two process, okay, that is the process of denudation and another one is the washing down of the topsoil, okay. Actually you can say that the process of removal or stripping away of the top layer of the soil is called the erosion, okay. Denudation is the process which also involves about the weathering of a rock, okay, but we will not say that it's actually a true process that involves in the soil erosion. So in collective manner we can say that the soil erosion is the process in which the upper layer or the top layer of the soil is removed by various agents of erosion, okay. Now let us understand the formation, soil formation and soil erosion the process as a process, okay. Now as we have understood that the soil process and the soil erosion and the soil formation goes simultaneously, that means the formation process and the erosional process of the soil goes side by side, therefore there is a balance between the two, okay. But sometimes this balance get disturbed, and who disturbed this balance? The human being, they disturb this balance. The balance between the formation and the erosion of the soil get disturbed because of the human activity. Now let us understand what are those activities that is responsible for disturbing the balance between the soil formation and soil erosion, okay. Now let's see what are the activities of human being that disturbs the balance between the soil formation and soil conservation, okay, soil erosion and soil formation, okay. Now let us understand this. The first one is deforestation. That means the cutting down of trees will makes the land barren, and when the rainfall occurs, that time the topsoil will get eroded. That means it will cause the soil erosion. The next one is again overgrazing. You know that the grass, the roots of the grass and other plants holds the soil tightly, okay, and it will not get eroded. But if the grass is grazed by the animals and if the plants are dead, that means the roots will also become weak and that soil will become barren, and then the water flowing on the surface of the soil will remove the topsoil and will cause the soil erosion. The next one is construction and mining. The forest will be cleared and the land will be dug out, and in this process you know that the machines are used, so the land degradation will also be there. There will be a huge pit, or they'll dug out the huge area for the excavation or for the mining purpose. In this way the soil, the upper layer of the soil will get removed, and we can say that because of this reason the soil erosion will also takes place, okay. Now let us understand the next one, that is natural forces that causes soil erosion. Besides the human activity, there are other natural forces also that causes the soil erosion. As we already know that the blowing of wind in the desert region will remove the topsoil in the desert area. Besides desert region, in the other parts, in the plain region especially, when the wind blows, it blows very heavily and it blows very fast, and then it will remove the top layer of the soil. If the soil is barren, if there is no grass, if there is no plant on the soil, that means it is barren, it is open, and because of which the wind blows and carries away the top soil, okay. The next one is glacier. In the mountain, you know that in the mountainous region there is a deposition of snow, okay, and ice are there and the glacier is there, okay. When the glacier ice melts, okay, and it flows down, it also it is not that only water comes out from the glacier. Along with the water, the small and big blocks of ice together it flows down, okay, during melting process, it breaks out and then it flows down. During this process it will scrub the bottom area, that means the soil which is lying on the bed of the river, that will be removed, okay. So in this way they also cause the soil erosion. Besides that, the water is there, the water from the river, the water in the river and water from the rain, okay. When the rain occurs, the water comes on the land and when it flows down from the higher level to the lower level, it carries the topsoil if the land again is barren. Okay. In the river also, you know that in the youth stage, if you have noticed, then it is taking away the soil from the side region, that is from the river bank. When it flows heavily, it flows very fast. That time it carries away lots of soil from the river banks or from bottom of the river. The running water which passes through or which cuts through the clay land, that means when the river water or the water which is running through the clay land, that means the land which is made up of clay, it cuts through the land in such a way that it makes a deep channel. Okay, these deep channels are called gullies. Okay, and the land becomes unfit for cultivation, and these kind of land are called bad land. Okay, in Chambal Basin, such lands are called ravines. Sometimes the river flows as it over a large areas down a slope. In such case, the topsoil is washed away. This is known as sit erosion. Okay. Now the next is wind blows loose soil of flat or sloping land known as wind erosion. Soil erosion is also caused due to defective method of farming. Okay. Now let us understand the concept with the help of diagram. Suppose this is a sloping land. Okay, and these are the two type of plowing area. Okay, the first one has been plowed in the up and down manner. That means this is the wrong method of plowing. If they plow in this way, in this manner, what will happen is that during the rainfall, the water will passes through these channels. Okay, if they plow up and down, then they create a channel through which the water can pass, and while passing through this, while rushing through this channel, the mud will be eroded. That means the soil will be eroded through this channel and causes the soil erosion. Okay. The another method is your counter plowing. In this method, they plow the land in the steps. Okay, so that the steps are cut out so that during the rainfall the soil will not get eroded. They will be blocked out in the counterpart. Okay, so this kind of terrace cultivation will help in the prevention of soil erosion. Okay, Western and Central Himalayas have well developed terrace farming. Large field can be divided into strips. Strips of grasses are left to grow between the crops. This breaks up the force of the wind. This method is known as the strip cropping. Planting lines of trees to create shelter also works in a similar way. Rows of such trees are called shelter belts. These shelter belts have contributed significantly to the stabilization of sand dunes and in the stabilizing the desert in the western India. Okay, with this we have completed our chapter. Okay, and in the next session we are going to proceed with the next chapter. For now, I want you all to do the home assignment at home and revise the concept once again. Okay, whatever question answers are there in the book, we are going to do all the question answers. You have got a week days for doing this, and I hope you are going to complete the work in time. If there is any issue or any problem, you can just share your problem with me. I have already provided you with the WhatsApp number. You can text if there is any problem. Okay. For now, I want to take a leave from the session. Take care. Stay safe. Thank you.